international conference ነው
Australia, Ethiopia, Colombia, Tanzania, Libya, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Lebanon, and Yemen.
Welcome to all participants from around the world.
Minister Tesfaye.
It is an honor to speak today on the theme.
I am very glad to be here with you.
Hello everyone, it is wonderful to be here.
This is not a distant or about Mrs. Soliana.
Hello everyone, my name is Soliana Abdi from Ethiopia.
I am joining from Lebanon and
하고 있지만 한 가지 공통된 사실을
for change without losing humanity and creating bridges
of women's contribution to sustainable peace.
We need to sustain peace in our countries and cross.
For me, choosing peace was not about the absence of conflict. It was
أولاً أشكر منظمة IWPG
or abstract concept.
평화는 이미 우리의 삶 속.
We are ambassador for peace.
We are now living in a very critical.
نأمل أن تتجمع هذه الاختيارات المتعددة.
Peace lecturer of IWPG, but also
Australia is a very peaceful place. In many ways, we have.
وتأثيرا أوسع.
We are work together and we are one.
and thank you IWPG.
Thank you so much.
ሰላም ውድ ቤተሰቦች እንደምን አላችሁ? እኔ በጣም ደህና ነኝ። ዛሬ ለየት ያለ ዙም ኮንፈረንስ ይኖረኛል። ኢንተርናሽናል ኮንፈረንስ ነው። ለየት ያለ ሚቲንግ ነው የሚኖረን። በጣም ብዙ ሰዎች ይሳተፋሉ ተብሎ ነው የሚጠበቀው ማለት ነው። ከዛ ውስጥ ደግሞ በነገራችን ላይ ይሄንን ዙም ኮንፈረንስ ያዘጋጀው ኢንተርናሽናል ውመን ፒስ ግሩፕ ነው። ሶ በዛ ፕሮግራም ላይ ደግሞ ማን ይሳተፋል የሚለው ነገር ልንገራችሁ። ከኢትዮጵያ የሴቶችና ማህበራዊ ጉዳይ ሚኒስትር ዶክተር ኤርጎጎ ተስፋዬ እሳቸው ይሳተፋሉ። እንዲሁም ደግሞ ከአውስትራሊያ፣ አርሜኒያ፣ ኩዌት፣ ኢራቅ፣ ሌባኖን እና ሌሎች ተጨማሪ በዚህ ዝርዝር ውስጥም ብዙ ስለሆኑ እያንዳንዱ ዲቴል ይሄንን ስማቸው መጥራት ጊዜ ስለሚወስድ ብዬ ነው እንጂ ብዙ ናቸው። ኢንተርናሽናል ኮንፈረንስ ስለሆነ የተለያዩ ሀገራትን የሚያሳትፍ ነው የሚሆነው። ምን ያህል ሰው ይሳተፋል፣ ምን ሀሳቦችን ይዞ መጥቷል፣ በምን ጉዳይ ላይ ነው የምንነጋገረው የሚለውን ሀሳብ እንዳለ ከኮንፈረንሱ እናያለን። አሳያችኋለሁ ምን አይነት ሀሳብ ይዞ እንደተነሳ ማለት ነው። እነዚህ አሁን የጠራዋላችሁ ሀገሮች አሉት እነ ኢትዮጵያ፣ አውስትራሊያ፣ አርሜኒያ፣ ኩዌት፣ ኢራቅ እና ሊባኖን ደግሞ እነሱ ደግሞ ፕሬዘንት ያደርጋሉ ማለት ነው። ሶ እሱን ነገሮች የምናየው ይሆናል። እኔም ደግሞ እንደ ኢንተርናሽናል ውመን ፒስ ግሩፕ ፒስ ሌክቸር እና እንደ አምባሳደር እንደመሆኑ ይመጣል ደግሞ የራሴን ሀሳቦች ደግሞ ፕሬዘንት አደርጋለሁ ማለት ነው። ሰፊ ነገር ለማቅረብ እንደመጣልኝ ኢንቪቴሽን መሰረት ሰፊ ነገር ለማቅረብ ነው እንግዲህ ሀሳብ ያለኝ የተዘጋጀሁትም። ግን ደግሞ ሰዓት የማይበቃን አይነት ነገር ደግሞ ከሆነ አጠር መጠን አድርጌ ሀሳቦቹን ለመግለጽ እሞክራለሁ። ሶ መልካም እድል እንዲሆን መልካም የኮንፈረንስ ጊዜ እንዲሆንልን እመኛለሁ። ኦልሞስት ከ30 ደቂቃ በኋላ ነው የሚጀምረው ኮንፈረንሱ ማለት ነው። ስራም ቢሮም አልገባሁም ዛሬ ቤት ሆኜ ነው ኮንፈረንሱን የምሳተፈው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ መልካም ቆይታ እንዲሆንላችሁ እመኛለሁ። ከዛ ውጪ ደግሞ ገና አልለበስኩም። ገና ዘገጃጅ ስለሆነ ይሄን ቪዲዮ ሜክ ማድረግ የጀመርኩት እንጂ ኮት ነገር ለብሳለሁ ፕሮቶኮል መጠበቅ ስላለብኝ እንደዚህ መቼም ልቀርብ አልችልም። ኮት ነገር ለብሳለሁ ነገር ይኖራል ቆይ እንደውም ላሳያችሁ ለመልበስ ያሰብኩት ይሄኛውን ኮት ነው ከውስጥ ነጭ ቦዲ ስላደረኩኝ ከላይ ደግሞ ነጭ ኮት ነገር ማድረግ በጣም አሪፍ ነው ከምን ያወራው ሐሳብ ጋር ደግሞ ሪሌት ተደርጋል ይሄን አለባበሴ ጸጉሬን ትንሽ ላስተካክል እችላለሁ ከዛ ውጪ ግን እንደዚህ ነው የሚሆነው ማለት ነው ሶ ቤተሰቦቼ መልካም ቆይታ እንዲሆንላችሁ እጋብዛችኋለሁ
First, and then you translate it.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Step by step.
Okay.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to all participants from around the world who have joined us for the 2026 Only Peace Conference.
يوم سعيد للجميع. أهلا وسهلا بجميع المشاركين من مختلف أنحاء العالم الذين انضموا إلينا في مؤتمر Only Peace لعام 2026.
Simultaneous. No, I'm sorry. My name is Sophie and I will be your host for today.
اسمي صوفي وسأكون معكم اليوم كمقدمة هذا الحدث.
Today's gathering has been prepared by IWPG Global Region 2 as a space for global empathy and the practice of peace.
تم إعداد هذا اللقاء من قبل IWPG الإقليم الثاني الإقليم العالمي الثاني كمنصة للتعاطف العالمي وممارسة السلام.
Above all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time, despite your busy schedules and personal circumstances, to be here with us for this meaningful occasion.
وأود قبل كل شيء أن أعبر عن خالص امتناني لكل واحد منكم على تخصيص هذا الوقت رغم انشغالكم وظروفكم الشخصية بالتواجد معنا في هذه المناسبة الهادفة اليوم الهادفة.
Today, we have not gathered simply to talk about peace. Rather, we are here to reflect on the peace each of us has chosen in our own lives, to connect through one another's stories, and to consider together how we can continue to put that peace into action moving forward.
اليوم لم نجتمع فقط للحديث عن السلام بل لنقف معا ونتأمل السلام الذي اخترناه في حياتنا ولنتواصل من خلال قصص بعضنا البعض ولنفكر معا كيف يمكننا الاستمرار في تحويل هذا السلام إلى أفعال ملموسة في المستقبل. فالسلام ليس مفهوما بعيدا أو مجرد فكرة مجردة.
Peace is not a distant or abstract concept, but something that begins in our daily lives through the small choices we make and the intention we carry.
السلام ليس مفهوما بعيدا أو مجرد فكرة مجردة بل يبدأ في حياتنا اليومية من خلال الاختيارات الصغيرة التي نقوم بها والنيات التي نحملها.
And today we hope that these choices of peace will come together and create a greater resonance.
واليوم نأمل أن تتجمع هذه الاختيارات المتعلقة بالسلام لتخلق صدى وتأثيرا أوسع.
Once again, thank you all for being here with us. Now, let us begin the 2026 Only Peace Conference.
مرة أخرى شكرا لوجودكم معنا جميعا والآن نبدأ مؤتمر Only Peace لعام 2026.
Before we begin, we will watch the IWPG promotional video and the opening video together.
قبل البدء سوف نشاهد مع بعض فيديو الافتتاح.
비디오 틀어주세요.
There are women who build peace that the world needs. to realize peace, IWPG is uniting with women around the world. Teaches about peace, proclaims a culture of peace,
IWPG Peace Drawing Competition that focus on peace for people around the world, and I want all world to be peace.
and calls for the legislation of an international peace law. Our activities don't end just in pride. Through sustainable education, culture, and institutions, we will bring about a clear outcome, the realization of world peace.
Let's unite with IWPG, which has practical solution and executive power to peace.
The world is waiting for you. We are one. As a woman leading the world, please proclaim peace through IWPG.
Thank you for watching the video. We set simultaneous interpretation service again, so please click the interpretation button below the select. You prepare the language, please. The video we just watched poses a question to all of us. What is peace? And what kind of peace we have chosen in my life? Now, I'd like to invite you to take part in a short but meaningful moment together. Let me ask you, what does peace mean to you? Please feel free to share one word in the chat. It doesn't have to be a full sentence, just one word that comes to mind is enough. We will take a moment to receive your response. Please feel free to share one word in the chat, please. Wow. Thank you so much for your participating. I can see many words in English, in Arabic, and Korean. Okay. We are already singing such a variety of words coming in. Love, stability, calm, balance, harmony, trust, forgiveness, and so on. Thank you so much again to participating. Right now, we are looking at words that within each one and every words are your individual's lives, experiences, and choices. And the word we've just shared together are, in fact, traces of peace you have already chosen in your life. And that is precisely why this moment is not simply a time for sharing. This is the starting point for recording, connecting, and expanding the peace that women have practiced in our lives, in their lives. We will now begin the Peace Story Challenge, where we share the moments in our lives when we chose peace and the stories of how we upheld it. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Anna, who will guide us through this session with a big round of applause.
Yes, thank you, Miss Sophie. I'm not sure if you can hear the Arabic translation right now. Miss Tahani, are you with us?
I can hear her speaking.
Okay.
When written the translation service in Arabic.
Yes, so now we will move on to the Peace Story Challenge. IWPG values this women's lived peace, that is, peace experienced and practiced in their everyday lives, as a meaningful and important resource. And the project that documents and connects these stories is called PLACE, PLACE. So, PLACE stands for Peace as Lived and Connected Experience and is a peace narrative archiving project or initiative of IWPG that gathers the choices and lived experiences of peace that women have continuously practiced in their own spaces, connects these stories, and expands them into a wider social impact.
Miss Anna?
Yes.
We need to check the translation again.
Okay.
Okay, I can hear now.
Yes, can I go ahead? Okay, so okay, I will move on. Okay, within this initiative, IWPG is expanding its global women's peace network, collaborating with 137 countries worldwide as of 2025. And in particular, Global Region 2 is actively fostering exchange and cooperation with 25 countries, including Australia, Ethiopia, Colombia, Tanzania, Libya, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Lebanon, and Yemen, connecting peace experiences across regions and extending their value into meaningful, tangible change. And government officials, NGO leaders, media professionals, educators, and participants from various sectors are with us today. However, due to time differences, our members from the Latin America, like Colombia, yes, from the Latin America, we'll have this event separately on the 24th of April. So for a long time, women have played vital roles in resolving conflicts and sustaining communities, yet these experiences have often gone unrecorded and insufficiently unrecognized. So these stories we will share today will bring these lived experiences of peace to light, allow us to remember them together, and mark a meaningful beginning for expanding them across the world. So now we will take time to listen to the stories of peace that each of you has chosen and lived. And this is the Peace Story Challenge. And at this time, we will hear about the moments in your lives when you chose peace, the decisions you made to uphold peace, even when it is not, or if it was not easy, and the quiet actions you carried out for the sake of yourself, others, or your communities. So, peace is not always made through grand declarations. Sometimes it is the choice to hold back anger, and at other times, it is the courage to just try to understand someone first. And sometimes it is the act of reaching out first to stop a conflict. So today we will listen to that very kind of peace, that peace lived in everyday life. So now let us hear from our speakers representing each country. So today in this session, we will hear their voices representing all levels of society, from government to civil society. Okay. Yes, so we have our speaker from Ethiopia, Her Excellency Ergogi Tesfaye. From Armenia, Miss Anna Meleksetian. From Iraq, we have Miss Pascal Ishuwarda. And from Lebanon, we have Miss Patricia Elias and Miss Joshan Haj Mosa. And from Kuwait, we have Miss Aisha Al-Bakit. And from Sydney and Melbourne, we have Mujan Tahiri and Miss Melinda Jones. So first, we will welcome Her Excellency Ergogi Tesfaye, Minister of Women and Social Affairs of Ethiopia. And the story she will share with us today is a valuable experience regarding the question, when was the moment you chose peace? And so, Minister Tesfaye, please share your story.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Thank you. My warmest greetings to all my sisters across the world. And I'm very much moved by the beautiful song at the beginning, which says, light up the candle of the peace, which is a very rich one. I just would love to thank the organizers in this regard. It is an honor to speak today on the theme of women's contribution to sustainable peace, with particular reflection on Ethiopians' experience. I extend my sincere gratitude and to the International Women's Peace Group for organizing this conference and for bringing attention to such a vital issue at this critical moment, which is we are experiencing in our world. Peace has never been sustained by an institution alone. I strongly believe that it has been safeguarded, often quietly and persistently, by communities, families, as you have said, by individuals and customary system of the social order. At the heart of this system stands women, although their roles has often got unrecognized. Across generations, women have stood as a quiet and reliable architects of sustainability and the custodians of social cohesion and the first responders to the conflict. In times of crisis, when formal systems fracture, it is women who holds community together. And from rural villages to urban centers, women mediate disputes and also preserve family unity and sustain livelihood under the most difficult conditions. Evidences from across Ethiopia shows that women's at the grassroots level leadership through community dialogue, religious networks, and local associations has been central to preventing violence and rebuilding trust and peace in the community. Women sustain peace not only by preventing conflict, but also by nurturing the values that make peace possible: patience, dialogue, empathy, and mutual respect. They transmit these values across generations, shaping attitudes and behaviors long before formal mechanisms have been in place. Beyond resolving disputes, women are central to post-conflict reconciliation and resilience as well. Excellencies and dear my sisters, Ethiopia has rich history of indigenous and customary dispute resolution mechanisms that prioritize restoration over retribution, dialogue over division, and reconciliation over punishment. While these mechanisms are often perceived as a male-dominated, women's role within them have been both significant and indispensable. And among, for instance, to mention some, among Oromo community in Ethiopia, for example, the tradition of Sike has historically given women collective moral authority to protest injustice and call for social correction when there are things which are going wrong. So women come in and ask for justice. And those peaceful solidarity and symbolic action, women were able to restrain violence and demand recognition, and social norms were violated when social norms are violated. And we can also see example like Somali, Afar region, and other pastoralist society. Women play a vital role in inter-clan peace efforts and leveraging kinship ties across clans to mediate and also to settle disputes over resources. So we can mention a lot of experiences in different ethnic groups, because we have more than like 86 ethnic groups in Ethiopia. So those ethnic groups engage women in different ways to settle conflict and to prevent conflict as well. And we can also see that the government of Ethiopia is taking concrete steps to institutionalize women's role in peace building. Ethiopia's efforts to develop its first national action plan on women, peace and security mark a critical milestone in recognizing that sustainable peace requires women's full and meaningful participation. Initiatives led by the government institutions, civil society organizations, partners, including capacity building, community-based peace building, and strengthening women's-led organizations are helping to elevate and putting women at the front, women for formal peace actors to recognize leaders in peace and security as well. It is in this context that Ethiopia's ongoing national dialogue process also carries profound significance. Women's participation in this process is not just simply a matter of inclusion, but it is essential to legitimacy and sustainability of peace in the country. Women brings perspectives shaped by lived experiences. They're not just simply saying that we are doing this or that, but they lived in it, so they bring this one into the national dialogue. And social responsibility is also there. And an understanding of how conflict affects family and communities over time is in the heart of women. Without their participation, the dialogue cannot be effective. So the Ethiopian government is putting women at the front to participate in the national dialogue. Similarly, the country's engagement with traditional or transitional justice underscores the importance of women's voice. And women carry distinct experience of conflict and injuries, but also hold critical knowledge about reconciliation and accountability. So they are also contributing in the transitional justice that the government is working on. So the lesson is clear: when women are included and when women are given with the leadership, peace is not only restored, but also sustained for a long time. However, inclusion must go beyond rhetoric. It requires deliberate action and ensuring women's participation at negotiation tables, investing in women's organization, protecting women's peace builders from violence, and dismantling the structural barriers that limits their participation is a very important thing. So as we look ahead, Ethiopia has an opportunity to lead by example, not only by recognizing the role of women have played in sustainable peace, but by ensuring they are at the center of building peace of tomorrow. The challenge is not only to celebrate women's role in sustaining peace, but to institutionalize them. So finally, I just would love to say, let us recognize that women sustain peace, societies endure. Let us bring women at the table of negotiation. I really thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, Minister Despaes. So thank you for sharing the vital role of women and women's contribution to peace. Okay, moving on. So we will have our next speaker. Just a reminder for our presenters. Due to time constraints, I kindly ask I kindly ask you to limit your remarks to no more than 4 minutes. Thank you for understanding. And now we will have our next speaker from Armenia, Miss Anna Meleksetian, the DNA NGO president. Miss Anna.
Hello, my sisters. I'm Anna, just a simple girl from Armenia who decided not to stay indifferent to injustice and to stand for peace from the first days of her lives. Thank you very much, my dear sister from Ethiopia, for raising the questions and sharing the quote. I'm sorry I'm a bit tired today because we have been going through a lot at DNA NGO, because from the first days of DNA NGO, we are trying to support women who are in need on many levels in our country and out of Armenia, who are in the sex slavery, who are in the child labor, who are in the situations that no any single lady in any part of the planet can be. And that's sorry for a bit of less makeup on my face today. I'm so happy that we met today, and my great gratitude to IWPG for inviting me today, for speaking and sharing our part of the story in this big puzzle of the world. I was having my tears in the beginning in the video, and I'm having goosebumps now, because the power that we have that we might not even realize that we have is taking us somewhere in very beautiful. And I do want every one of us believe in our challenging spots that we are holding globally, that we have the power to change the world. Our slogan is change within, and we want to share with you that change is possible if every single lady and every single person on the planet do what they consider right to do, which is according to their values. But today, as I agreed with dear Anna from IWPG, I want to share not the story of me staying peaceful with everything that is going away around us, but a story of my friend who also had the similar value. So today I want to share the story of my friend. And fighting for peace for a friend of mine has been part of his life since his childhood. As a hearing son of deaf parents, he grew up fighting for the rights of his family and the wider deaf and hard of hearing community. They are not at peace with the hearing world, not because they choose conflict, but because they face marginalization, inaccessibility, and injustice every single day. This is true when and try to access education, healthcare, or any basic services that are supported to be available for every single human being on this planet. The deaf community of Armenians constantly fighting to be understood, to be included, to have their voices heard. Unfortunately, too often, policymakers, institutions, and society simply do not see them or hear their needs as much as they need them. For him, choosing peace does not mean staying silent. It means continuing his fight in a different way. It means building dialogue instead of conflict, pushing for change without losing humanity, and creating bridges between the worlds and do not yet understand each other. He, as many other children of deaf parents, are not just witnesses, they are part of this journey, and we are working to build a future where deaf people do not have to fight to exist, but can finally live in peace. His name is Gregor, and he is currently in London. He is a Chevening scholar, and he's trying to enhance his knowledge to come back to Armenia to build a more just society for our hard of hearing community, including his parents. We have more than 7,000 deaf people in Armenia, and we have more than 400 million people globally, and the people are suffering every single day. I want to keep my speech short. I just want to say that I'm available 24/7, and I would kindly ask to share my contacts with everyone who is interested in cooperation for the topics that we are here fighting on every single day when we work up. And my email is easy. It's anna@dna.ngo, and please feel free to contact on any single topic on WhatsApp, on email. Just consider you have your sister in Armenia, in Yerevan, sitting and hugging all you to stay strong in your places. I'm with you, and we all can change the world if we wish so, and we do wish so. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Anna from Armenia, for sharing your friend's story. And now we will move on to our next presenter. So I'm not sure if she is here now. So next is Miss Pascal Ishu Warda from Iraq. Miss Pascal, are you here with us? Yeah, so I think Miss Pascal couldn't make it to today's meeting, so we will move on to the next presenter. Yes, so from Lebanon, let us hear from Miss Patricia Elias, Global Chair, Government and Ministerial Advocacy. Miss Patricia?
Hello, everybody. I am very glad to be here with you. And I am joining from Lebanon, and I wanted to speak about peace, about my initiative for peace. We are gathered today at a moment when the world is on fire. The Global Peace Index 2025 revealed a profound reconfiguration of the international order in 2024, unprecedented since the Cold War, marked by a historic decline in global peace. 78 armed conflicts involving states are currently recorded across the globe, the highest number since the Second World War. Since 2010, the number of internationalized internal conflicts has increased by 175%. Today, wars are spreading, intensifying, transforming. War is no longer the exception, it is becoming a global climate. And in this climate, women are not collateral victims, they are the targets. Rape, forced displacement, abductions, slavery are not accidents, they are deliberate weapons of war. And yet, who speaks of peace? Rarely the men around negotiation tables, rarely the military strategists or armed dealers, rarely the headline makers, and even more rare, the voices of women, the first victims of conflict, the last to be protected, and far too often systematically excluded. This is the urgency we face today. I will give a small example. In Lebanon with the war, we have more than 1,200,000 displaced persons. 600,000 of them are women and 400,000 are children. So women and children first impacted. 25 years ago, the United Nations Security Council adopted Resolution 1325, Women, Peace and Security, the first binding legal instrument recognizing that the protection, participation and rights of women must be at the heart of conflict prevention, conflict resolution and peace building. This is a historic recognition that women are not only victims of war, they are essential actors of peace. And yet today, one question must be asked. What have we done with this promise? The reality is brutal. From South Sudan, Darfur, Democratic Republic of the Congo, rape is used as a strategic weapon to destroy communities and annihilate the dignity of women in a climate of near total impunity. In Afghanistan, a total war is being waged against 20 million women, and yet the international community remains silent, a deafening silence. No sanction commensurate with the gravity of these crimes, no legal response proportionate to the scale of the atrocities. We speak of embargoes, ceasefires, diplomatic missions, but who is demanding justice for the bodies and lives of women? And yet we know one thing, when women are at the negotiation table, peace is more durable. Peace agreements that include women have a 35% greater chance of lasting at least 15 years. This is data, this is evidence. Despite obstacles, women act. They are mediators, community negotiators, human rights defenders, humanitarian actors, and guardians of fragile peace. Conclusion, a call to action. We must place women at the heart of all peace and security policies, not as a symbolic gesture, but because there is no peace without women. And above all, we need a peace designed, led, sustained with women. So our call to action, I have launched a global call called No Peace Without Women. We must gather 10,000 signatures. So I'm asking all of you here, I will put the link of the petition down in the chat. Please sign it because we need women. Let us unite the global movement for inclusive peace led by women. The future of humanity depends on it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Patricia. And I agree with you that there is no peace without women. Thank you so much again. Moving on, we will proceed to our next speaker. Again from Lebanon, Miss Joshan, Beirut Types CEO. Miss Joshan.
Hello.
Miss Joshan. Okay, yes.
Hello.
Welcome.
First, when I was asked when was the moment to choose peace, I realized that for many of us, especially in this region, peace is not a single moment. It's a decision we are asked to make again and again, often in the Middle East, in the middle of uncertainty, anger, or fear. For me, choosing peace was not about the absence of conflict, it was about how I responded to it. There was a moment, quiet, almost invisible from the outside, when I understood that carrying anger forward would only prolong the very cycle we say we want to end. If you have been easier to react, to mirror the tension, to stay within the logic of division, but instead, I chose to step back, to listen, and to try to understand rather than to win. That choice did not change everything overnight. Peace rarely does, but it changed something essential. It shifted my role from being part of the escalation of to becoming part of the interruption. And this, I believe, is where women have played a profound and often under-recognized role in sustaining peace. Women are frequently not at the center of formal negotiations, yet they are at the center of communities. They hold families together when systems collapse. They preserve dialogue when communities breaks down. They carry memory, but also the responsibility of preventing that memory from turning it to permanent division. Choosing peace is not symbolic. It's practical, it's daily. It is the act of continuing to build, to educate, to care, even when everything around them pushes toward fragmentation. Peace then is not only a political outcome, it's a social practice. It's something sustained in home, conversation, the small decisions we make about how we speak to one another and how we choose to see one another. So when I think back to that moment, I don't see it as a grand turning point. I see it as a quiet decision to refuse to contribute to what breaks us and instead, in whatever limited space I have, to contribute to what holds us together. And perhaps that is what choosing peace really means, not waiting for the perfect conditions, but deciding despite everything to become part of the conditions that makes peace possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Joshan, from Lebanon. Thank you for sharing your story, how you chose peace. Try to listen and try to understand rather than to win. Thank you so much. Now we will move on to our next speaker. From Kuwait, Miss Aisha Al-Bakit, Filipino Psychology Organization President. Miss Aisha. Miss Aisha, are you with us?
Anna, can I say something? That it's a small word. Josiane, that I didn't know, from Lebanon, and me connected 1 week ago. We didn't know that we are going to be on the same in the same IWPG meeting.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was speaking about peace. She heard that I was speaking about peace, and she is a media person. She told me, we need to put you in the media to speak about peace. This is how women connect for peace, and I'm so
Yes.
my heart is big to see Josiane here. Thank you, Josiane, and thank you, IWPG.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, Miss Aisha, again, I'm calling Miss Aisha. Are you here with us? So, okay. Okay, I think Miss Aisha is not here with us. She shared with me her story, so I think I will just read on behalf of her. She sent a short message, so I will share it with everyone. So she mentioned that I have always chosen peace, but my resolve to fight for it was further strengthened after experiencing the situation in the Middle East. And in particular, Kuwait has faced drone and missile attacks that have endangered many lives. So, seeing the faces of families, especially vulnerable populations, such as children, has deepened her commitment to advocating for lasting peace. And what we need are meaningful conversations that promote peaceful coexistence. And we need them now. And when we care for one another, peace becomes possible. And together we can make our world a better place. So that is the message from Miss Aisha. Thank you so much. And now moving on, we will call on our next presenter. So from Sydney, Australia, Ms. Mujan Tahiri, Uniting Circle Multicultural Community Center, CEO and founder. Please share your story, Ms. Mujan.
Good evening, everybody. Hello. It is evening in Sydney. So from wherever in around the world that you hear me, it's an honor to be part of this important conversation on peace, especially as we reflect on how women continue to sustain peace in other countries and across the world. It's so amazing to see so many beautiful faces of women from all around the world. My beautiful ladies from Lebanon, I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you're staying safe. May God bless you. And from all the women from all around the world, I hope that we're all doing well. And let's hold each other hands and lift each other up and pray for each other. Originally from Afghanistan, it is for me, peace is not just absence of conflict. It is something that we feel deep within our hearts. There was a time in my life when I felt overwhelmed, carrying many responsibilities and uncertainties. From the outside world, everything's look perfect. Being as a leader, you have to be the example for so many other women as well. But from inside, I was searching for calm. I was searching for feeling to be able to fulfill me. And it was that moment when I turn and reflect on faith and found peace not just by changing my situation, but changing my heart and looking at the world differently. As a woman, as a leader, as a member of our communities, we carry a powerful role in neutralizing the peace through patience, compassion, and resilience. We have to be strong. We have to be having that brave face in our face that, yes, everything is well and we're doing well. But I've realized something's very important. Peace cannot exist without respect. Respect is in every single person, no matter who we are, no matter where we come from, no matter what religion we have, no matter what belief we maybe have. We truly respect each other by standing for peace and standing and holding each other hands and respecting each other as to know that as a woman, we're going through so much in a daily life. We have to be a strong mothers. We have to be a strong wife. We have to be strong daughters. We have to be having that brave face all the times. But sometimes we're not realizing that how much we can reflect to the other women all around the world. For me, respect, as I said, it doesn't just come up by one person. I've seen so many examples within my work industries to be able to reflect that peace has to be we have to do something about it. I'm gonna talk about what's happening in Afghanistan right now. Look at other girls that have not been able to go to the school for the last so many years now. And that itself, it's a breaking that conflict. Look at all around the world and seeing that it's coming from a child labor, it's coming from women labor, it's coming from so many consequences that the world has becoming that nobody's like, it feels like everybody has just closed their eyes and saying everything is okay. Living in Australia, myself living in Sydney, I still see peace that is need to be stronger and better. And how is that going to be possible? I believe is we got to raise our voice. We got to talk about it. We got to say something. We got to say enough is enough. This war, this conflict, it's not just harming one, it's harming the whole of us as individuals. And all itself, it's not just bringing the dark part, it's bringing the harsh part in all of us. As a woman, I can see so many beautiful faces is here. My message, my final message is let's continue as a woman and as a global community to respect each other, to support and honor each other work, towards the peace for all around the world. And let's pray together that hopefully all of this going to finish soon, because I'm sure that it's just getting to the next level that nobody is understanding that what's going on. And thank you so much again from every single one of us, from IWPG, to making this possible tonight, and for so many amazing people that is here, and we're standing together. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. And yes, I agree, of course, for what you said, that we have to raise our voice, and we also have to have respect for every single person. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And now we will move on to our last speaker for today's meeting. So from Melbourne, Australia, Miss Melinda Jones, the president of Women Wage Peace. Miss Melinda.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello, everyone. It is wonderful to be here. It's a great honor to be with all of you and to tell a personal story this time. Australia is a very peaceful place. In many ways, we have such good conditions. Of course, there's lots of injustice and there are lots of issues we need to deal with, but we don't have rockets coming into our doors, and we don't have our children being prevented from going to school. So Australia is a place where you have a chance to reflect on some of the things and to work out how you can make your place and where you can potentially support other women doing work around the world, and as well as, of course, addressing Australian issues. I wrote for tonight a literal answer to the question I was asked, to talk about the moment where peace became important to me. And I hope that it picks up on some of the themes that people have talked about. I couldn't agree more that we need respect, we need faith, we need to understand the law, we need to understand the processes, we need to know what's going on the ground. But also we need to look more, as so many people said in the chat, into ourselves. So this is my story. There are moments in life when something shifts quietly, but permanently. Not because someone persuades you or because an argument is won, but because you find yourself standing inside a different way of seeing the world. For me, that moment came at the Women Wage Peace March in 2016. We walked along the road, Jews, Palestinians, Christians, quite literally, through the heat and dust, across landscape that have carried too much history, too much grief. The route itself mattered. It wasn't symbolic in some abstract sense. It was physical, demanding. Every step felt like a choice to keep going. Then we reached the Jordan River, and there something changed. It was no longer just a march, it became a gathering. I remember the presence of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf standing with us, a woman who had led her own country through conflict and into peace. Her presence carried a kind of authority that didn't need to be declared. It said simply, this is possible. Not easy, not neat, but possible. It was as if the horizon widened. And then, hours later, we arrived in Jerusalem. Outside the president's residence, there was a concert. Not grand in the way official events are grand, but something more human, more fragile, and perhaps more powerful for that. Women stood together, again, from everywhere, different languages, different histories, different losses. And then we sang in Hebrew, Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, in Hebrew, in Arabic, in English. The same word carried across different tongues. not perfectly in sync, not rehearsed into uniformity, but shared. That moment has stayed with me more than anything. There wasn't an agreement. There wasn't a resolution. No one signed anything. No conflict ended that day. But something else happened. For a brief moment, you could hear what coexistence might sound like, not as an idea, but as a lived reality. Not erasing difference, but holding it. I remember realizing, almost with a sense of discomfort, that I had spent so long thinking about peace as something that needed to be argued into existence, something to be justified, defended, proven. But standing there, listening to those voices, I understood something simpler and harder. Peace begins as an act of will, not blind optimism, not denial, but a decision to create moments, however small, where the future is not dictated entirely by the past. That march did not solve the conflict. It did not answer the questions that still demand answers. But it did something else. It showed me that peace is not just negotiated in rooms of power. It is built slowly and stubbornly by people willing to walk together, to stand together, and sometimes to sing together, even when the world gives them every reason not to. That was the moment I embraced peace, not as a conclusion, but as a commitment. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you all, and to all of you, the best wishes and love for all the work that you're doing. Right.
Thank you so much, Miss Melinda Jones. And I hope that all of us can also reflect and support one another. Thank you so much. And now, once again, I would like to thank all the presenters. And we have heard stories from different countries and diverse backgrounds, yet there was something in common among them. That is, peace is not something that we wait for, but something we choose. And that choice is not reserved for a special few, but is something that can begin in all of our lives. And from now, we will begin another session, part of our program, which is the open mic session. So we would like to hear from other participants joining us today. The same topic, the moment that you chose peace. Our open mic session will be a relay format. So the first one to share will choose the next one to speak. So I hope that you don't feel any pressure. So we are not looking for perfect stories, and your story doesn't have to be long. It doesn't need to be a well-prepared speech. Even a single sentence is okay, or a short experience. It's also more than welcome. And your sincere words, your story, they can inspire someone else. They can also be the courage other person needs to choose peace. So if someone would like, if anyone would like to share, please feel free to raise your hand. Okay, so first, I will choose the first one to speak is Miss Makaniwa from Tanzania here with us. Miss Makaniwa Nguboka.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, yes. So Miss Makaniwa is Iringa Peace Committee and a peace lecturer of IWPG. Please introduce yourself and kindly share your peace story.
Thank you very much. I'm ahead to everyone. Yes, my name has have been mentioned.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Mkanibwa Magoti Ngoboka from Tanzania, a peace lecturer of IWPG, but also an educator from the University of Dar es Salaam now. I joined IWPG since 2023, and I have been working with IWPG to spread peace among children, especially on the arts competition. And through that engagement of children in the arts competition, I have come to recognize that children have a lot about peace, and this has been evident through the drawings which they have been drawing. So I came to recognize that peace has to start from oneself, and that's where it can spread out. And therefore, I have continued growing, spreading peace through provision of education to women, so much so that we get that peace education, and we spread it together. As a single person, it is impossible to spread peace within our communities, but when we unite, we can make a lot of initiatives. So I am happy to be here, and I urge all members of IWPG, and especially us who have gathered here, to work together so much so that to spread peace in the world. IWPG, together we are one. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are one. I'm not sure, but I can't see those who are raising their hands. Miss Kaltam?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. I'll read my message in English so that you don't need to translate it. Okay. First of all, I welcome you all, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my peace message. My name is Kaltam Zainal. I am from Bahrain. We are now living in a very these critical times in Gulf. In my opinion, the world needs wisdom at this time, dialogue and unity more than ever. Because war only brings suffering, fear, and loss to people and nations. We must all stand together and say no to war and yes to peace that I learned it from you. Because true progress can only grow in a world built on understanding, stability, and mutual respect. Peace is not only a hope, it is a responsibility we all share. That's all. Be peace upon you all. Love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Kaltam. So, is there anyone who can share from Yemen?
Do you want me to say it in Arabic for people that they don't understand English? My message, because I have it in Arabic. Yeah.
Okay, Miss Kaltam.
مرحبا، أنا اسمي كلثم، أنا من البحرين. المسج مالي قصير جدا. إن في هالأوقات الحرجة التي تمر منطقة الخليج، خصوصا هذه الأيام، أحس أن العالم يعني يحتاج العالم أكثر من أي وقت مضى إلى الحكمة والحوار والوحدة. فالحروب لا تجلب إلا المعاناة والخوف والخسائر للشعوب والدول. يجب أن نقف جميعا ونقول لا للحرب، بغض النظر عن ديانة، عن مذهب، عن أي شيء ثاني، ونقول نعم للسلام، لأن التقدم الحقيقي لا يتحقق أبدا إلا في عالم يقوم فيه على التفاهم والاستقرار والاحترام المتبادل. إن السلام ليس مجرد أمل، بل هو مسؤولية مشتركة بيننا جميعا، لأن السلام ليس أمرا مضمونا في أنحاء كثيرة من العالم. فإحنا لازم كلنا ننشر هذا الشيء ونقف مع بعض we vote for السلام، ندعو للسلام. شكرا.
Thank you so much again, Miss Kaltam. Is there anyone from Yemen? Yes, Judge Muna.
وين الترانزل؟ الترجمة فين؟
You can speak in Arabic. You can share your story in Arabic.
Yes, I want to speak Arabic.
Yes, please go ahead.
الو الو الو
Hello.
hello
Hello, we can hear you.
how are you
Good, good, good.
I can speak Arabic.
Yes, please, Judge Mona.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. سعيدة بمشاركتكم. أولا أشكر منظمة IWPG بأنها جمعت كل نساء العالم بمختلف لغاتهم ودياناتهم وتوجهاتهم. السلام يعطي هذا المعنى الحقيقي للتعايش السلمي، لتقبل كل منا للآخر واحترام كل منا للآخر. منظمة IWPG منظمة أثبتت بأنها فعلا سائدة ورائدة لحمل معاني كل السلام الحقيقي الذي يعني الإنسان. بالوقت الذي نحن مثل ما قالت الأخت كلثوم من دولة البحرين، وأنا من اليمن، من جنوب عدن، من جنوب اليمن في عدن. المنطقة يعني الآن زخمة بالحروب وزخمة بكل المنعطفات التي تؤذي البشرية، والحروب هي المهلكة الحقيقية للإنسان وكل معاني الإنسانية. لذا علينا أن نتعايش مع بعضنا البعض، وأن يكون بيننا الحوار والسلام يعنينا جميعا حتى نستطيع العيش بأمن وأمان. وبالختام أشكر منظمة IWPG بكل فريقها الجميل والرائع، وإن شاء الله نكون ناس ناشدين للسلام، خاصة بعد ما أعطيت لنا المادة التدريبية على مدار أسابيع، وأصبحنا مدربين دوليين ولله الحمد. وإن شاء الله نكون شركاء حقيقيين لمعاني السلام الحقيقي الذي يعني الإنسان والإنسانية. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته، ودمتم سالمين من كل شر، في أمان الله.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing, Judge Mona. And we apologize for the technical difficulties that we experienced today. Supposed to be we have the interpretation, but it is not working. So again, I apologize for this technical difficulty. And yeah, we'd love to hear from all of you, but due to time constraints, we may not be able to hear from everyone. So for those who were not able to share today, you will still have the opportunity to leave your peace stories through the method that we will announce shortly. So thank you so much again to all those who shared their stories. And the stories that you shared today, they are not simple personal experiences, but they are the real starting point of the peace that we will build together moving forward. And we sincerely thank everyone who has shared their valuable stories. And now, to guide us through the next part of the program, I'll hand the floor back to Miss Sophie and your child.
I'm sorry, my daughter wants to join. Okay, anyway, thank you, Ms. Anna, and to everyone who shared your peace stories. The stories shared here today are not just personal experiences, but reflection of the peace that already exists with us. Okay, today we have confirmed that peace is not something distant, but something already being chosen in our everyday lives. Now, there is one important question that remains. How do we carry this peace forward? To help us reflect more deeply on this meaning, We will now hear a message of encouragement from the Director of IWPG Global Region 2. Please join me in welcoming Director Soyeon Lee with a big round of applause.
존경하는 전 세계 참여자 여러분, IWPG 글로벌 2국 지국장입니다. 오늘 우리는 서로 다른 국가와 환경 속에서 살아가고 있지만 한 가지 공통된 사실을 확인했습니다. 평화는 이미 우리의 삶 속에 존재하고 있다는 것입니다. 방금 나누어진 이야기들은 특별한 누군가의 이야기가 아니라 바로 우리 모두의 이야기입니다. 우리는 이미 갈등 속에서 평화를 선택해 왔고 이해와 배려를 통해 관계를 지켜내며 살아왔습니다. 그러나 이제 중요한 것은 그 평화를 개인의 경험으로만 두지 않는 것입니다. 이제는 그 평화를 연결해야 합니다. 그리고 함께 확산해야 합니다. 여러분, 삶의 선택은 작아 보일 수 있지만 그 선택이 모이면 지역이 변하고 사회가 변하며 결국 세계가 변하게 됩니다. 오늘 이 자리는 단순한 행사가 아닙니다. 선택한 사람들이 연결되는 시작점입니다. 이제 여러분의 선택이 실제 행동으로 이어지기를 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
Regional Director, we have just received a very important message. We have already been choosing peace in our lives, and now we are called to connect it. So now I would like to ask you once again, how will you put this peace into action? Please leave your response through the QR code shown on the screen. We will also share the Google link in the chat. This QR code is not simply for participation confirmation, but a moment to record your personal choice of peace. At this moment, you may choose the action that resonates with you most. I'm sorry. I will share the place peace stories. I will participate in peace education. I will promote peace to the next generation through drawing competition and various activities. I will join April 26th World International Women's Peace Day campaign. Please leave your response now to the QR code on the screen or the link. We'll give you a few moments to participate. You can already see many of you participating. Thank you. Please continue submitting your responses. Your choice is not just a mark of participation, it is the beginning of changing. Thank you.
지금 계속해서 참가자가 입력을 해주고 계십니다. 조금만 더 기다릴까요?
조금 더 기다릴까요? 네. 다음으로 넘어갈까요? 네. Okay, at this very moment, you have already made a choice. You have chosen peace, and you have decided to take action. Now, there is one important question. How will you sustain this choice? How do we ensure that what you have just chosen does not remain a momentary inspiration, but continues agent in building it? Through a variety of initiatives and programs, how do you ensure that what we have just chosen does not remain a momentary inspiration, but continues as lasting changes? That is where IWPG peace activities come in. IWPG work is to ensure that women around the world are not merely beneficiaries of peace, but active agents in building it through a variety of initiatives and programs. Okay, the first is the Place Initiative, which is virtually connected to what we have experienced together today. As we have seen in the stories shared today, your lived experiences of peace are deeply valuable. However, in many cases, these experiences have not been recorded and have remained scattered without being connected to one another. Place is a platform that collects, achieves, and connects. Connects women peace stories with the world. Your story can become someone's comfort, a valuable resource for education, and the foundation for further peace action. The second is Women Peace Education, PLTE. Knowing peace and living peace are not the same. Peace education changes the way we view conflict, helps us establish the standards for choosing peace, and build the capacity to practice it in our daily lives. In other words, it transformed us from those who merely hear about peace into those who actively live it. The third is the variety of peace practice activities. One representative example is the International Loving Peace Art Competition. This activity is processes that help the next generation learn, imagine, and express peace. A single drawing by a child is not just a piece of artwork, but a seed that nurtures a sense of peace. And one more initiative to ensure that today's choice do not end as a moment of inspiration. IWPG continues the April 26th International Women's Peace Day campaign. April 26th is a day that reminds us that women are not merely those who wait for peace, but active agents who create it together. When this day is commemorated and practiced across the region, and women peace stories are shared within society. Awareness of peace expands within communities, and it becomes a starting point for real change. And at the heart of all these activities is one key principle: connection. One person's choice becomes a movement within a community, a practice within a nation, and it expands into a global network of solidarity. Today, you are not simply participants. You are the ones who have begun this change. And IWPG is both a platform, a framework for action that continues to build and sustain this transformation together with you. Now, I would like to make a proposal to the leaders and the organization head from each country who are with us today. In order for the peace stories we have shared today to go beyond this space and spread across each nation and region, we need those who can serve as key leaders in this moment. Therefore, I would like to respectfully propose this. Would you be willing to join us as peace action leaders in your representative countries and regions? If you take the lead in gathering peace stories, connecting education, and expanded action, today's gathering will not end as a single event, but will continue as meaningful change in each country. We sincerely thank all the leaders who are with us today, and we hope you will continue to work with us and as partner in expanding peace together moving forward. Before we move to the closing, we will take a short moment for reflections. If anyone would like to briefly share one thing that reminded in your heart today, or one action you would like to practice moving forward, please feel free to speak. Are there anyone who want to share your reflection?
From Yemen, Her Excellency Dr. Faiza, are you with us? Would you like to share your reflection on today's meeting?
Yes, I'm so happy to be with you, and I send all my pleasure to all of participants here today. Actually, the few days which passed are so worst for all people living in Yemen and Gulf countries, because if the war starts between it will become in so way. The war between Iran and American and Israel will make the third world war. So this today's is better. We are so take our look for peace back, because peace is so important for all people in the world. World couldn't build without peace. Peace let us to rebuild our world, and peace education is the best way which make peace, which let peace to be the main tools for all countries, for all peoples, to have a good living, a good future. So we have to think even this peace education make people to make its long way, but in the end of this way, it will be satisfy the peace for all world. Thank you to give me this opportunity to talk with you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Faisa.
And then one more person. How about Mrs. Soliana? Your hands up. Are you with us? Miss Soliana? Okay, Miss Soliana, she doesn't answer. So because and Miss Miriam,
can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you. Could you share your reflection?
Yes, I will. Hello everyone, my name is Solan Abdi from Ethiopia. I am writer, director, and event organizer now. I'm peace lecturer for International One Peace Group. I want to say thank you for this amazing meeting. We are ambassador for peace. We are work together and we are one. Thank you.
Thank you. We are one. Okay, I'm sorry. I really wanted to listen to more people, but because of time limitation, please remain your reflections on chatting room, please. Okay. We warmly invite you to share your reflection stories and moments of peace event after the event, please. Okay, we have just confirmed that peace already exists within our lives. However, this peace does not remain at the individual level. Even at this very moment, actions for peace are continuing around the world. At the center of the global movement is the UN CSW, and IWPG is actively working to realize peace on this international staging. Amplifying your voices and calls for peace to the United Nations and the government. The video you are about to see shows highlights from the 7th UNCSW activities. As you watch, we invite you to reflect on where we are today and where we need to go from here. Let us now watch the video. Thank you for watching it. Now, finally, we will now move beyond the stories and take a moment to share one collective action together. If you are able, everyone, please place your right hand over your heart. And in this moment, I invite you to reflect quietly on the peace that you wish to protect and the peace you want to build together. And now, please unmute yourselves and let us say together. Again, please unmute yourselves and let us say together. I will say first. We choose peace. Okay, once again.
We choose peace.
Okay, once again, unmute, please. And together,
we choose peace.
We choose peace.
We choose peace.
Yes,
We choose peace.
peace.
Choose peace.
okay, we choose
peace.
peace.
Together we choose peace.
Thank you. Very beautiful moment. Okay, you can put down your hands. Okay. At this moment, although we are in the different countries and spaces, we are connected through the same choice. And this choice does not end together, but will continue as action in the days ahead. Now, to remember this meaningful moment together, we will take a group photo. If possible, please turn on your camera and join us. First pose is we are one pose. Please raise the second finger on your right hand. Please show a gesture that represents that although we are in different places, we are connected as one.
Yeah,
Miss
we are
Jajimona,
one.
can you turn on your camera? Miss Dr. Feija, can you turn on your camera?
Because I'm in the office now, I couldn't so that I'm sorry. But we are one all times.
Thank you for letting me know. Okay, I will count you 1 to 10. So please keep your pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
We are one.
Thank you. Okay, we are one. Thank you. And can you make one more group photo? Another pose. Okay, second pose is heart pose, heart. Any shape is okay. Finger heart or Korean finger heart or round heart is okay. And Miss Margaret from Tanzania or Miss Nadine from Lebanon, or could you turn on the camera if you are available? Okay, I will count 1 to 10. Please keep your pose. 1, and keep smile. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jajimona. Okay, thank you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, thank you so much. It takes a pretty long time. Okay, each and every one of your choice have the power to change the world. We sincerely thank you all for being with us today. This concluded the 26 Only Peace Conference. Thank you. Have a great evening or afternoon.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Miss Pascal, welcome.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Hello, greetings from
Hello,
Iran.
Pascal.
Thank you so
Nice to
much.
meet you.
Bye.
I love you.
I love you. Thank you.
Have a nice day, everyone.
Love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you so much for
I love
taking your time.
you.
Thank
I
you.
love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye bye.